She had just said yes. The ring, slipping perfectly onto her finger. A flawless fit, like her dreams, big, bright, and far-reaching. Her smile, contagious, lit up the room. For Amanda S. Williams, the world was just beginning to open up. At that moment, nothing could stop her. She had found love, hope, and the future she had long dreamed of. But in the blink of an eye, everything would change. In a matter of hours, the joy of her engagement would shatter into something unrecognizable. The woman who was once on top of the world would be gone. Shot. But not by a stranger. Not by an unknown assailant. No, the man who had given her that ring, the man who once promised forever, was the one who would take her life. This isn't just a murder story. It's not just about a tragic end. It's a story about the rise of a woman who lived boldly. It's a story of ambition, of untold secrets, of love tangled with control, and a chilling twist that no one could have foreseen. The woman who once brought light to the world now finds herself at the center of one of the most unsettling mysteries. Her hands, once so full of life and creativity, crafted more than just hair. She built relationships. She built a brand. And for a time, she built a life with the man who now stands accused of taking it all away. Her story isn't just one of loss. It's a testament to the power of dreams, the complexity of relationships, and the darkness that sometimes hides behind the brightest smiles. Amanda S. Williams was born on April 4, 1977, in Cleveland, Ohio. From the start, she was a child of warmth, surrounded by love. Her family, led by her parents George and Jewel, instilled in her values that would shape the course of her life: community, faith, and an unyielding hustle to make something of herself. Even as a child, her hands had a kind of magic, the kind that could transform the ordinary into something extraordinary. Her hands told stories of potential and promise. From a young age, Amanda showed that she could turn something as simple as hair into art, transforming each person's look, and with it, their confidence. Graduating from Shaw High School in 1995, Amanda wasn't just a student, she was a visionary. While many others focused only on the lessons in textbooks, Amanda saw the bigger picture, one that stretched beyond classrooms and into a world of possibility. The future. Amanda's academic journey didn't stop at high school. She earned her bachelor's from Cleveland State University, and though her degrees and certifications were impressive, it was her vision, her ability to see the unseen, that set her apart. She wasn't just book smart, she was vision smart. A mother. A grandmother. A businesswoman. She was a woman who built her world with fire and flair, driven by a purpose to create, to uplift, and to leave a legacy that would outlive her. Her salon, a la Mode Styles, was more than just a place of business. It was a sanctuary, a place where people came not only for a hairstyle, but for a boost of confidence, for the love and encouragement she so freely gave. Her product line wasn't just about selling items, it was a reflection of her heart. Hair oils, beard balms, premium bundles, all made with love and care, just like the relationships she cultivated with each person she met. Her presence wasn't just felt in the four walls of her salon, it was everywhere. Her voice, her message, was one of positivity, empowerment, and growth. Her social media following was as loyal as her clients. They loved her not just for her talent, but for the light she shared. She built her world with fire, with grit, and with a love so pure, it was impossible not to be drawn to it. But she never sought to be famous. She only wanted to be known as someone who cared, who made a difference, and who would never stop dreaming. Terrell Edwards. At first glance, he seemed like a man of routine. A healthcare worker by day, a Walmart driver by night. Born and raised in Cleveland, the same city where Amanda made her name, Terrell was no stranger to the streets she roamed. He wasn't flashy, not the kind of man who sought the spotlight. But he was familiar. The kind of guy who blended into the background, yet managed to remain ever present. He met Amanda years ago, and their connection? Instant. It was clear from the start, their chemistry was undeniable. They clicked in a way that felt almost predestined, two souls drawn together in the busy chaos of life. Their love story wasn't one of grand gestures, but quiet moments, deep conversations, and shared ambitions. He watched Amanda rise. From the salon chair to the CEO of a la mode styles. He supported her, cheered her on, helped her along the way. Friends would tell you he was loyal, steady, and present. But behind the quiet exterior, some started to question. Was he really as supportive as he seemed? Was there more to him than met the eye? Some said Terrell was always there when Amanda needed him. But others whispered that he was a little too quiet, a little too calculating. The signs were subtle, almost imperceptible. But to those who knew him well, it was clear that there was more to Terrell Edwards than just a kind face. He was a man of routine, yes. But routine can be a mask. A way to stay unnoticed while plotting something more dangerous. A way to make people believe what they want to see. Was Terrell simply Amanda's biggest supporter? Or was there something more at play, a darkness lurking beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect relationship? It would take a moment of crisis to reveal the truth. A room full of candles, a space filled with love and light. Laughter rang through the air. Her children were there. Her friends were there. The people who mattered most. And then there he was, Terrell, with a look of devotion in his eyes, his heart on display. And in that moment, the world seemed to hold its breath. Amanda's eyes widened as Terrell dropped to one knee, his words clear, his promise eternal. "Will you marry me?" And Amanda in that moment said yes. But it wasn't just a yes to marriage. It was a yes to something far more profound. It was a yes to stability, to healing, to the future they had always dreamed of, the kind of future she had worked so tirelessly to build. She said yes to love. She said yes to dreams. And for that night, it seemed like nothing could tear that happiness apart. That night, Amanda went to bed with dreams of white gowns and diamond brands. A life of love. A life of certainty. A life of promises fulfilled. It was just after 9 p.m. on October 9, 2023, when a call came through to 911. The voice on the other end was trembling, almost inaudible at first. A male voice barely holding it together. And the words he spoke were unforgettable. "I shot my fiancé." Those words sent shockwaves through the operator, and the horror began to unfold. By the time the officers arrived at the scene, they didn't know what to expect. Was it a mistake? A tragic accident? Or something far darker? But what they found would shake the community to its core. Police found Amanda S. Williams, just 46 years old, lying lifeless in her apartment. Multiple gunshot wounds marred her body. Moments earlier she had been vibrant, alive with passion and purpose. Now, she was gone. From a businesswoman, a mentor, a mother and grandmother, to a woman taken far too soon, Amanda's light had been snuffed out. The life she had fought for, the dream she had built, all vanished in an instant, leaving only questions in the wake of a devastating tragedy. Amanda's journey was one of determination. A la Mode Styles wasn't just a salon. It was a testament to her skill, her vision, and her relentless pursuit of success. Her talent for transforming a head of hair into art was unrivaled. She didn't just create beauty, she created confidence. Her product line, hair oils, beard balms, premium bundles, became a symbol of her drive. She wasn't just a stylist, she was a brand. And her reach didn't stop at the salon door. Amanda was also an influencer, spreading positivity and encouragement to her growing following. Her message was simple: believe in yourself, work hard, and never stop dreaming. To her, success was about more than just money, it was about lifting others up along the way. As a mother and grandmother, Amanda poured her heart into her family. She was the pillar that held them up, the foundation on which they built their lives. And as a community mentor, she used her platform to inspire those around her to be better, to do better, and to never stop striving for greatness. For 7 years, Amanda and Terrell shared a relationship that seemed to embody love and loyalty. But the truth? It was more complicated. Behind the facade of romance, there was emotional manipulation. Terrell's behavior was controlling, at times passive-aggressive, and other times outright toxic. His past, one that included arrests for assault in 2019, was a shadow that haunted their relationship. In 2021, a restraining order was filed by another woman who had fallen victim to Terrell's controlling behavior. He was no stranger to conflict, and this only added to the growing tension in his relationship with Amanda. Amanda confided in friends, revealing her growing dissatisfaction and fear. "I'm trying to leave," she told them. But the weight of the relationship, the manipulation, and the fear of what leaving might mean, held her back. She was trapped in a cycle, unable to escape. Arguments between them had grown more frequent, more intense. The once peaceful home was now filled with the sounds of conflict. In an attempt to salvage their relationship, they attended couples counseling. But despite the effort, the cracks were becoming more visible. On the night of October 9th, a fight erupted. It started with text messages that ignited the already fragile tensions. Amanda, at the end of her rope, asked Terrell to leave. She had had enough. He claims Amanda grabbed a knife in anger. But evidence would later refute that claim. Terrell, in a disturbing move, began recording the entire confrontation on his phone. Amanda, calm but upset, is seen putting the knife down, no longer threatening him. She walks away. But he never warned her. He never pleaded. He just shot 6 times. Emergency responders rushed her to South Point Hospital, but it was too late. Amanda was declared dead. The woman who once brought light and joy to everyone she met was gone. Terrell would later claim it was an act of self-defense. But the evidence didn't support his story. No immediate threat. No knife. Just a man consumed by anger, pulling the trigger on the woman who once loved him. Despite the clear evidence, Terrell was released. The charges dropped due to what was called insufficient evidence. But Amanda's family refused to let her death go unanswered. They launched an online justice campaign, demanding that Terrell face the consequences for his actions, that Amanda's life, her story, not be swept under the rug. 2 weeks after Amanda's death, a grand jury indicted Terrell. An arrest warrant was issued. And after days of silence, Terrell turned himself in, held on a $1 million bond. Terrell's defense claimed self-defense. "I feared for my life." But the prosecution had a different story. Amanda was walking away unarmed and Terrell shot her in cold blood. March 11, 2024. The day that marked the end of a long journey for Amanda's family. The verdict was in. Guilty. 2 counts of murder. 2 counts of felonious assault. 1 count of domestic violence. Terrell Edwards was sentenced to life in prison, eligible for parole after 33 years. Justice was served, but it didn't bring Amanda back. She would never walk through the doors of a la mode styles again. Her salon still stands, a silent witness to the legacy she left behind. But her children still grieve. Her grandchildren will grow up hearing stories of a grandmother they barely knew. A woman who would never get to see them grow up. To many, Amanda was a stylist, a hustler, a queen. But above all, she was love. The kind of love that could transform a community, that could lift anyone up who crossed her path. A love that gave, that inspired, that nurtured. And love should never be returned with bullets. If you find Amanda's story inspiring, if it touched your heart the way it touched ours, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so that you don't miss any of our future stories. Your support helps us share more powerful, impactful stories like Amanda's. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.